I love fusing things together. It's more of a dare for me. I'm a very adventurous person.
Rihanna has achieved such success that most artists can only dream of. Early in her career, she sang songs that were rejected by many big names. Then, her voice did the magic and turned them into iconic, chart-topping hits. There was a time when she was becoming as big as Beyonce. But now, it has been years since she's released even a new single. Hello everyone and welcome to True Celebrity Stories. Rihanna has been the most sought-after singer since her debut, but in her prime, she stopped making music, which makes many people wonder what exactly happened to her. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Also, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll never miss any updates. Troubled childhood. Rihanna was born in Barbados on the 20th of February 1980. Although it would be hard to imagine Rihanna as anything besides strong and independent, but she wasn't always like that. Riri had a dark childhood. She saw extreme poverty, alcoholic and abusive father. Even at school, she faced bullies. The main person behind ruining her childhood was her father. He was an addict and would regularly beat her mother under the influence of alcohol. She once recalled he used to buy alcohol from the little money he would get on Friday, even if there was no food in the house. She told ABC in an interview, "Even as a toddler, I learned that my mom and dad would argue when there was foil paper in the ashtray. Her mother would get beaten up ruthlessly, but she couldn't do anything to shield her. For a child, all this was so traumatic. And to this day, for Rihanna, the issue of domestic violence is closest to her heart. She always worked on removing the stigma around it. She saw her own mother going through hell because of it. Domestic violence is not somebody that people want anybody to know, so she would just hide it in the house." Debut at the young age of 16. Since things at her house were so bleak, Rihanna always found solace in music. It gave her the freedom to express herself. She was singing in a club when she was discovered by Evan Rogers, who was the manager of Def Jam Records. He sent her demo tapes to the newly appointed CEO Jay-Z, who then invited her to audition for him. Queen Riri slayed the audition and went home with a 6-album record deal. Her first album, Music of the Sun, was released in 2006, and after that, there was no turning back for Rihanna. She quickly established herself as one of the most capable performers of the decade, with songs like Pon de Replay, SOS, and We Ride. But then she did an album which changed the course of her career. Umbrella, a career-defining song. With Good Girl, Gone Bad, Rihanna became an icon among stars. Umbrella emerged as the biggest hit from the album. When it released, it was the #1 song in the world. It's crazy to think how this song made her a legend when it has been the most rejected song of the label. Artists like Drake, Britney Spears, and Taio Cruz rejected it because they didn't feel it was the right song for commercial success. But boy, were they wrong! Since then, every album of Rihanna has only broken more records than her previous album. But never forget, Umbrella was that song that started the Rihanna supremacy. The tumultuous relationship with Chris Brown. When Rihanna was at the prime of her career, something terrible happened in her personal life, which broke her from the inside. In 2009, after coming from the pre-Grammys party, she and her then-boyfriend Chris Brown got into a huge argument, which ended in him beating her black and blue. The next day, every newspaper and media channels were showing her face that had a swollen eye, nasty cuts, and busted lip. Before this incident, they seemed perfect for each other. The bad boy and the bad girl of Hollywood. Rihanna knew her relationship was getting toxic. The more in love we became, the more dangerous we became for each other. It was a bit of an obsession, she said. He couldn't take it that I wouldn't drop the argument. In an interview with Oprah, she commented for the first time how that whole thing was a nightmare for her, especially the public attention this got. I was hurt the most. Nobody felt what I felt. It happened. It happened to me. It was embarrassing. It was humiliating. It was hurtful. I lost my best friend. Everything I knew was switched in a night. I felt protective, as angry as I was. I just felt like he made that mistake because he needed help, and who's going to help him? For a long time, she kept quiet. And as commendable as it is, she didn't say one negative thing about Chris Brown, even after he did such a disgusting thing. She always said he suffered too, maybe even more than her, since the whole world went against him after it. While this was a sad reality, there was one person who was profiting off of the whole incident, and it was Rihanna's father, Reynold Fenty. She was extremely hurt by his act. My dad went to the press and just told them a bunch of lies because he hadn't talked to me after that whole thing. He never called to find out how I was doing, if I was alive, nothing. He just never called. He went straight to the press and got a check. A sad love story with Drake. Rihanna's love story with Chris Brown was a tragic one, but there was someone else too with whom she couldn't find her happily ever after with either. Rihanna and Drake first met when he was struggling and she already got her big break. After that, they collaborated on some huge chart busters, but Rihanna always kept their relationship platonic. Drake was smitten by her since he first met her, but for some reason, Rihanna didn't reciprocate his feelings. After presenting her an award at the AMAs, he confessed his love for her while she was looking extremely uncomfortable standing right next to him. His speech went like this: "She is someone I have been in love with since I was 22 years old. She is one of my best friends in the world, captivating from day one. The iconic being that is Rihanna was already at a place that most artists only dream of going. For them, that is often the peak. But for her, that was the starting point that she kept ascending to an untouchable level ever since. When it comes to music, she relentlessly takes over the charts with every release. When it comes to performances, they swam in masses just to be in her presence. Obviously, and when it came to fashion and style, she makes it seem so effortless until you try and do it yourself." Everyone thought the way he confessed his feelings for her was beautiful, except for Rihanna. When an interviewer later asked her about his equation with him, she said sadly they weren't even friends anymore. Fenty Beauty, from a passion project to a business empire. After achieving dizzy heights in her career as a singer, Rihanna branched out to create her own makeup line. In 2017, she unveiled Fenty Beauty to the world. Unlike many celebrities who slap their name on the products, Rihanna actually did some thought into her brand. She told Fenty Beauty was a passion project of hers since her mother was a makeup artist. She didn't want it to be a frivolous project. You have all these ideas of things you want for yourself, and for me, beauty was a natural fit because makeup is such a huge part of my career and image. I wanted to do a line for years, but it needed to be credible, something that industry pros and girls around the world would respect. Her mother put makeup on her for the first time when she took part in a beauty pageant as a teenager. When she saw herself in the mirror after the makeup was done, she fell in love with the foundation. For her own brand, she blew everyone away with 40 shades of foundation. This was impressive because even companies who are decades old haven't been this inclusive for the people of color. Making sure no one feels left out was Rihanna's main priority. That was very important to me. I wanted everyone to feel included. We actually started with foundation because it's the very first makeup product I fell in love with. You just have to accept your body. You may not love it all the way, but you just have to be comfortable with it. Comfortable with knowing that's your body. Due to its high quality and diverse range, Fenty Beauty quickly became a fan favorite. It even got featured in the Forbes list of amazing inventions. As it turned out, Rihanna is an even more capable entrepreneur than she is a pop star. Is there anything Queen Riri can't do? A fierce social activist. Today, Rihanna may have it all, as she currently is the richest female musician out there, surpassing the legends like Madonna, Mariah Carey, and Beyonce. She may be the youngest of them all, but her accolades are at par with them. Going through so much at such a young age has made her more aware and kind. She never shies away from giving her opinion, no matter how bold it is. In the 2016 elections, Rihanna showed her support clearly by wearing a shirt with Hillary Clinton's picture on it. She even sent a cease and desist notice to Donald Trump for playing her songs at his rally. She has worked a lot for the domestic violence victims. She even told young girls who were suffering the dilemma of staying in their toxic relationship or leave to be free to F love and get out of it for their own safety. One of the main reasons that Rihanna didn't reconcile with Chris Brown was that her fans could also do that, and then they'll be in danger by not leaving their violent partner. In 2021, Rihanna tweeted about the farmers' protest in India, which then got global recognition after her tweet. As much as we love Rihanna being a badass businesswoman, we also miss seeing her name shining bright like a diamond at the top of the charts. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to get the notifications. Also, don't forget to watch other videos on this channel that explores more topics like this.